That can really prepare you for 18 games in this league, but how far do you think you guys have come in the last 6 weeks?
Yeah, we're ready. We're excited. We're ready. We're prepared. I think we've grown. I think we've gotten better from game 1 until game 13 and to where we are today. We've had an opportunity to have some good practices this week, and we'll be ready to go.
You know, obviously, long term, Jeff, you having played in the ACC, having coached it, having that level of familiarity probably helps you a lot in terms of trying to build a program and trying to make it a success in this league. You know, short term for this season, do you think any of that helps at all, or I guess if it does, how much?
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I have a knowledge of this league and for the way most of the teams and coaches want to play. The ones I don't are the new coaches, and I think that's just Chris Mack. But how much does it help? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you still have to line up out there and play 5-on-5 and be able to stop someone, be able to score, be able to catch the ball, be able to not turn it over, and do those things. So, it probably would help more if I could get out there and play. Unfortunately, I can't, or maybe fortunately, I can't. But we'll be ready to go. We're excited about Saturday and excited about conference play.
What is it that you've tried to just enforce with especially your young guys coming into this game and ACC play in general?
Yeah, just that it's a different level. I mean, it's different. The teams are better. It's more intense. There's a great sense of pride in this league that every program has, and it's unlike anything that we faced so far. And to be excited about it, but also to understand that we have to be sharper. We have to be focused. We have to understand a game plan more, so we have to study a little bit more, and we have to play harder. And I think we've done a good job of all of those things for the most part, but we have to go up another level. One of the things is that when you have success, you have to continue to go up levels because people are shooting for you now. And in this league, everyone is shooting because everyone's trying to find their place. And so we have to be able to go up to a different level with everything that we do.
Jeff, what did you know about Cam Johnson when he was at Pitt, and how has he developed and maybe improved since he's been at North Carolina?
When he was at Pitt, I knew he was a really good shooter, had really good size, and I thought he was a good player. I think he's gotten better. I think probably the competition and practice every day has helped him get better. When you walk into certain programs have a culture where their guys just get better because of the standards, because of all those things. And the North Carolina program is a program like that. And so you can tell that he's gotten better. I think one of the main things is that I think he's healthier. I know he had hip surgery and he's moving a lot better. He's having an outstanding season. He's a really good player, really good kid, really good family. And I'm happy for him. I don't want him to play well on Saturday, but I wish him well the rest of the time.
It's one of the things that stands out about North Carolina is the talent level of guys that they have available off the bench and not just those starting 5.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the best programs, and so because of that, they're going to be able to attract big time talent, and they have a lot of it. And they can come at you in waves, and that's been back since Coach Smith was there, and they do that. Coach Williams plays a lot of guys. He has a lot of talent, at his disposal, and he utilizes it. He develops it. I think when you have that, man, it's great because you always have competition. You always have competition in practice. And I think that's what helps guys get better. Individually, that's what helps teams get better. Because you have to bring it every day. If you don't bring it, there's someone there that's dying to get on the court, that's dying to get more playing time, and they're bringing it every day. And so there has to be a certain hunger. They're able to have that in their program. And the really good programs that have been able to have sustained success, that's what they have. And that's what I mean about that culture. And so they certainly have a lot of talent. They play a lot of guys. They're big, they're strong, they're athletic, they're skilled. I mean, they're one of the best teams in the country.
Jeff, in your playing days and obviously in your most recent tenure as a coach, the team was obviously enemy number one. How much do you still feel that now with Pitt across your chest?
You know, I never hated Carolina. I mean, it was a big time rivalry when I played and when I coached, but I never hated them. And so, you know, for me, there was never hatred for that program. I grew up in the state, so it was maybe I'm a little bit different, and I'm not a fan. Yeah, I played in it, and I was a participant in it, so I always had a great deal, and still do, have a great deal of respect for that program because I know kind of the microscope that they're under. You know, there are a lot of similarities to the program where I played and them, and so you know, there's none of that. It's not because of where I played or where I coached that this game is bigger. It's not. You know, I'm a Pitt guy now, and so this is a huge game because it's our first conference game. It's a home game. You know, we're going to have the best crowd we've had all year, and I want to make sure our team is prepared as best as we can to put us in a position to have an opportunity to play well.
I think he coached against him twice back when he was at App State. Is it going to be weird at all for Jason on Saturday?
Probably will be, but you know he has the experience of coaching against them. So, but it probably will be. Look, my brother loves his alma mater. You know, he grew up wanting to play there. You know, had the opportunity to play there. You know, had a great experience. He was a starter on a Final Four team, on a team that was ranked number 1 in the country. You know, developed a lot of really good relationships there. But like me, you know, he's a Pitt guy now. And so on Saturday, he's going to want to beat him. And then after that, he'll get back to rooting for him.
Did Dean Smith try to recruit you?
Yes. He was the coach when I was coming out.
What was it? It was tough to tell him no?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was a Carolina fan growing up. I used to tell my parents when I was little that when I get older, I want to go to Carolina. And they were one of the first schools in the ACC to offer me a scholarship. And that's, you know, probably where I was leaning. And then I met Coach K. And the first time I met him face to face and went up on an unofficial visit and spent some time with him, I knew right then that that's the guy that I wanted to play for. But it was a difficult decision just because of the respect and admiration I have of the program. Every young kid back when I was little, most of the young kids in the state were Carolina fans, you know, because of Jordan and Worthy and those great teams that they had and great players, and because of Coach Smith, because of the man that he was. So it was a difficult decision, but it was the right decision for me.
Jeff, you talked at length about the culture they built there. I mean, obviously they're a brand name in the sport. How do you get a bunch of kids that have never faced anything quite like this, their first time, and not get sort of like, oh my God, we're playing in North Carolina, and try to make them just another, in essence, just another opponent?
Yeah, you know, that's not going to happen. You know, I mean, I understand that. But we have to treat it as much as we can like that and hope that the gravity of the environment doesn't overwhelm us. Sometimes one of the things that helps is these young guys now, they've played in big time environments in high school and AAU. And although it's not completely comparable, at least they've been in an environment where there's a microscope. You know, we have to, you know, for us as adults, as the coaches, we have to treat it like it, and then we need our guys just to get lost into the game, not into the environment. We need to get lost into the game and being able to understand the game plan and to execute the game plan.
We've talked about some with Trey, Jeff, but how pleased have you been with the development of ball handlers other than Xavier this season? Sort of how they've come along.
Yeah, I mean they've done. You know, our guys have done a good job. You know, I think maybe the past few games, it's you know, other guys have been forced to handle it a little bit more with City out. You know, it's something that's a guy that we still miss, and hopefully he's able to get back sooner than later. But you know, Trey has done a better job of handling the ball. That's going to be really important for Saturday because they can test, they can pressure you, they can come at you in waves, and we have to do a really good job of valuing the ball and being able to make plays, being able to get into our stuff.
When you talk to your team before the game, will you tell them this is what you guys can become? You know.
I don't know. I don't know what I'll say, before I talk to them. Mainly it'll be about, this is what we have to do. That's probably most likely what it will be. It will be the final part of the game plan, kind of going back over, and this is what we have to do in order to put ourselves in a position to win. This is what we have to do.
You
mentioned
talked
that-
almost since game one about how rebounding is vital and how you don't really have a great rebounding team. And do you feel you have willing rebounders at this point? Or are you
We don't have guys that rebounding comes natural. We don't have guys that naturally just haven't, with the exception of Audis, that has the natural instinct to go after the ball, to pursue the ball. We've done okay at times. Like I look at, Iowa, who when we played them was a top 15 team. I don't know where they are now, but they're a big team. And I thought we did a good job in that game of rebounding because we understood going into it, in order for us to have any chance, we had to do that. There was a sense of urgency, and we did it. This is a different animal that we're facing on Saturday. This is historically one of the best rebounding teams every year in the country. And they are relentless in their pursuit of the basketball. And so that's one of the first things in order to have a chance, to be in this game and have a chance to win, then we have to do a good job on the boards.
You mentioned the crowd, and it's going to be a sellout. I mean, obviously, as a coach, you're probably looking for wins and losses, but how much do you feel like, as built from building a program standpoint, being able to engage the fans and have that response that they want to sell out the building is a successful sign for the program?
Yeah, it's a great sign. I think our fans have been really good this year. The support that they've given us, the energy that we feel from them, especially the Oakland Zoo. I thought our crowd against Colgate was good. And so we're grateful. That's the very first thing. We're grateful. We're grateful that our fans feel a connection with this team to want to come out and to support. That's something that we do not take for granted. And then we want to come out and we want to perform. We want to play well. We want to play hard. We want to give them something to feel a connection with. I think we've done that so far. Hopefully Saturday is another step in that direction. The thing that I've tried to do and we've tried to do since we've been here is to, for our fans to understand, to engage with them, but for them to understand, like this is their team too. It's not just us in this fight. We need everyone in the fight with us. We all represent the University of Pittsburgh, and we all represent the University of Pittsburgh men's basketball. And so we have to fight together in order to get it back to what we all want to get it back to. And then once we do that, then we want to take it to a level that it hadn't been before.
Assuming that lively crowd isn't particularly kind to the former Pitt player on the other sideline, have you, in your experience, seen that opposing players can kind of thrive in those environments?
Yeah, sometimes they can. It just depends on the makeup of the kid. I'm trying to think of, I don't know if I've experienced one.
I assume Grayson Allen was never really given a
Yeah, but
very
he didn't
fond
go
reception.
to anyone. So
Yeah.
He wasn't he never transferred. So that's different. But he was certainly in hostile environments, and sometimes he performed well, sometimes he didn't. I think the really good player doesn't get caught up in it. I don't. I think they have an ability to focus on what they have to do. Certainly they can get a little bit extra juice, but the really good player, the really outstanding player, they don't get intimidated by it. I guess that's what I should say. They don't cower from it. They gain strength from it. If you watch, like I watched last night, Paul George destroy the Lakers after they were booing him in the starting lineup, and he got juice from it. You've seen in the pros Durant going back to Oklahoma City or some of these places, and so the really outstanding player doesn't do that. I hope Saturday Cam's not outstanding, and I hope the crowd does get to him and it messes with him a little bit, and he can't make shots like he normally does because he's a really, really great shooter. He's a great shooter, not a good shooter. He's a great shooter.
Where's this, in his rehab process, Jeff? I guess how far along is the city? Because I guess at this point it'd be probably 2 to 4 more weeks. Is that?
We're not sure. We're not putting. I think this is into week 3, and so we'll see. We will be able to reevaluate him and to see he's able to do a little bit, no contact on the court, but he's able to do some running, some shooting. You know, he's really attacking his rehab. And so I don't know exactly a timetable, but we know that he's making progress. And now we'll see how he responds to doing some things in practice and see where the pain is. And that's what will determine it, if you know, his pain. If he's able to put together days and ramp things up without pain, then you know, there's a greater chance of him being back sooner.